is Medicine Bear, or Bear, or Bill. It's all good. I've kind of accumulated my things over the years here. This pipe here is probably the oldest pipe I've ever come across.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I'm just going to pass it around. People can hold it for a minute, connect with the ancientness. So I don't know if this was like a survival pipe that someone made just because that's all that was available, or, you know, I have no idea how old it is.
Where did you find it?
eBay.
Oh. Do you know any story behind it?
No story.
Okay.
Just hold it, connect with the energy. So people have been using these pipes for all kinds of purposes. I saw one once that they're effigy pipes with all kinds of carvings. One of them was a carving of a woman giving birth. So they would have been praying for the lady with the pipe, you know, while she was giving birth. And so there's clan pipes. People would have a personal pipe. It's one of the, you know, in many cases, I mean, all that's left are stone axes, arrowheads, and pipes of some of the early people that, you know, inhabited North America, other parts of the world. So the pipe that we'll use tonight is 200 years old, and I believe it's from the Blackfoot people. I was told by a gentleman who was knowledgeable about that kind of stuff. And so it's Christmas Eve, which is a special evening, of course. And this is a chance for us to center a little bit and express our gratitude for living. This is a Christmas ornament my sister made. She's now deceased, so I like to remember her when I'm doing a ceremony. The pipe tamper was given to me by a Seneca man. I've lived on the East Coast most of my life. One of the first pipes I did was actually in California, and there was a young Native American man there, and a couple of weeks after the ceremony, this feather appeared in the mail, an eagle feather that he donated to my ceremony.
Something special about keeping the feather in the wood?
Just to protect it, just so it's you know, in a safe place instead of just getting sort of jammed into the bag. The wood is actually from the Pine Barrens in New Jersey. I don't know if any of you have heard of Tom Brown from the Tracker School, but I've done a lot of classes with him. He was one of my major teachers about Native American spirituality, and I did my first real sweat lodge with him. It was pretty crazy. How many of you have done a lodge before? You? Okay. Anyhow, there's usually 4 rounds where people come in and out, and you're in for 15 or 20 minutes or whatever for each round. And you bring in the stones for each round. He just brought in a wheelbarrow full of hot stones, dumped them in the lodge, sang 2 songs in Apache, and that was kind of it. And it's just kind of, you just don't know what happened. So in these ceremonies, you want to come in without any expectations. Just kind of go with the flow, be in the moment. Lately, I've really been connecting with a man named Eckhart Tolle. Wrote a book, The Power of Now. And he has, I don't know, 100 or more short clips on YouTube. So it's been very powerful for me to be connecting with his teachings. And reflecting how, you know, it connects with with everything, and just in terms of, I mean, even these ceremonies are bringing you into the present moment, and let go of all our grief and our pain and live in this moment. And I studied quite a bit with different sources, but with the Iroquois people, the Haudenosaunee from upstate New York, and they're very, very amazing people. It's a matriarchal society. The elders comb the grief out of the tribe on a daily basis. I mean, can you imagine just having elders on your block, wherever, whatever city you're in, and they're just there to help you process grief? They pick their chiefs when they're 5 years old. They watch 10-year-old kids following a 5-year-old, and they'll say, that 5-year-old's got natural leadership. So they'll work on that. They may not make it, but anyhow, they'll recognize they move people into their power. You know, that's how they keep the tribes going. And when they signed the Constitution, it was 1786 or something like that, they told them, by signing this document, you're creating a place for evil to dine at your table. Because if 51% rule, 49% are unhappy. And you get the people in the middle switch back and forth, so you don't get any coherent policies. And 200 years later, you end up with people on the far right and far left and problems. So we won't actually, I'll bring the pipe around, we won't actually smoke it, COVID, etc., etc. So I'm just going to touch it to everybody's shoulder to connect you with the pipe. The pipe is considered asleep when it's apart. And then when you join the pipe, that's symbolizing, I mean, all these ceremonies have got so much symbolization, but it's joining man and woman, joining heaven and earth. So as we bring the pipe together, it connects us in a deeper way with the natural world, with ourselves, with our spirits. So we'll join this pipe. Now we're more officially, but we're walking ceremony. You know, we're these bodies that we're in, this temporary abode is, we're walking ceremony. I had a tuna fish sandwich for lunch, and it's going to get changed into skin and hair and intestinal, it's insane. I mean, how can that happen? I mean, right now there's sun, 10 minutes ago there was a thermonuclear reaction on the sun. It hit that fire, bounced into our eyeballs, and it down our optic nerve into our brain, creating a three-dimensional color picture of a fire. I mean, it's all this stuff we take for granted, that this is such a special gift that we have of an earth walk, to be in the physical realm with all of its challenges, of course. But here we are. And I don't know, I like to say you can learn slow or you can learn fast during our time here. This is called Catlinite.
Thank you.
It was actually named after a man named George Catlin, who was he was a painter, and in the 1820s he went out into the plains and painted. He has the original paintings of the people from the 1820s and 1830s. And this is it's only found in a couple places. One place is Pipestone, Minnesota.
We're from Minnesota.
Pipestone's way down in the corner by South Dakota.
I have a pipe from there.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So it's I met one elder who in the 1920s, when he was young, they took a buckboard from the reservation. I took a couple months. They went all the way to Pipestone and then brought back a load of the Pipestone blanks for the tribe. So it's carved, you can carve it, obviously, and you can, there's a plethora of different pipes, of shapes, of colors, There's the original pipe from the White Buffalo Calf woman who brought the pipe to the tribe, to the Lakota people. And there's a great history. And one of the basics of it is that the tobacco is a sacred substance. It carries your prayers to the Creator. And so as we load the pipe with prayers, and then as we smoke the pipe, we're burning the prayers and manifesting them to that connection. And that, that connection is within us.
Is that a buffalo or a bear?
Buffalo.
Thank you.
Bear's face on the front.
Yeah, there's a bear face on the front.
Oh, okay.
Now it's interesting, the man that told me that this was a Blackfoot pipe, he said many times the Native Americans will smoke with a pipe in the ground like this.
Okay.
To bring in earth energy. And the Lakota people, their pipes never had an animal on the nose. He said the Lakota would never put an animal's nose into the ground, but the Blackfoot would. So there's so many different ways things are done and different traditions, and they're all good. You can't really argue with any of these traditions.
The reason I asked was because the tree that's on there actually reminds me a little bit of Devil's Tower.
Yeah, exactly. I wondered myself.
Yeah.
But it's got kind of roots, which makes it a bit more of a tree than.
Bear Lodge. It was called Bear Lodge. Devil's Tower was by the natives.
To bring their minds together from a place of gratitude. Because they know that if you're not coming from that place in any ceremony, you won't get it right. So this gratitude, I remember another quote address is what I use as I load the pipe with our prayers for all that is on this physical world. So I'd like to thank the people that made it possible for us to be here. People that built our chairs, people that cut the firewood, people that made the tires for our rigs, and our parents. We'd like to express our thanksgiving and gratitude for the waters of the earth that flow from the highest mountains out down into the seas. And our thanksgiving and gratitude to all of the beings of the waters, from the great whale nations to the smallest little microorganisms in Grandmother Ocean. And we give our thanksgiving and gratitude to the low-growing plants, the herbals, the flowers, the medicinal plants that do so much for our lives here on the planet. And our thanksgiving and gratitude to the four-legged, to the ones that are accompanying us here this evening, and the ones that have fed us and cared for us and given us transportation. And our thanksgiving and gratitude to the standing people, the tree nations, those that have supplied us with oxygen. We may be breathing oxygen right now that was released in Mexico 50 years ago by a tree down there. Part of this amazing cycle of life that, if it was the oxygen percentage was a couple percentage higher, a couple percentage lower, we wouldn't be here. There's so many intricacies to this life that we're living. And our thanksgiving and gratitude to the winged, the bird nations, who have their dawn chorus. And I like to think about there's constantly a dawn somewhere on the earth. So, the earth is 24 hours of a dawn and 24 hours of bird song. awakening a new day someplace on the planet. Our thanksgiving and gratitude to our brother the Sun, giving of himself for our lives. And our thanksgiving and gratitude to Grandmother Moon with all of her women's teachings. And to the star nations, those far away places that we've traveled from to be here on this earth. To the world of spirit, to our guides, to our parents and loved ones who have passed on, to that magical world that helps us through some of our hard times. So with the next 4 pinches of tobacco, you can each say individual prayers that will load into the pipe. So just silently, the first one will be for other people. So with this pinch of tobacco, you can all load the pipe with a personal prayer for other people. And now you can do a personal prayer for yourself. Then a prayer for the earth. And then the fourth one will be for anything that you wish to pray for. Prayer to the Creator for filling this world with love. And finally, a prayer to all that is, in the event that with my lack of knowledge or my shortage of words, I may have forgotten to honor even the smallest grain of sand in the Gobi Desert. First, we honor the 7 directions. East, south, west, north, earth, sky, Creator. Native Americans refer to fire as the first shaman, or the original shaman. So now I'm going to, this is called posting the pipe. So I'm going to set the pipe here, still joined, symbolizing our ceremony. And this will make a good talking stick. So talking stick is when only the person with the stick talks. So we'll just go around the circle and share anything that you wish to share.
I'd like to share patience. Love of animals, love of people, love of my friends here, you and all. Love of the times.
A couple of years ago, I studied the Mooney Key, and I'm really grateful for this ceremony today.
I too am very grateful for you doing this for us. You know, God and us water, very cool, very, very delightful. And everybody.
And I have a daughter that's having a little bit of a difficult time. And I hope that this kind of gives her some power. Maybe it can flow from you to me to her. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'd like to express gratitude for being here and all you guys being here. For my health. It's been an awesome year.
I do feel a lot of gratitude to be here and fellowship with everybody here. Just the joys of living this life with you. And just things to slow down and set intentions.
Just peace of the heart, understanding what we don't.
I'd like to express gratitude for the new beginnings that we can have in life.
Full of gratitude for where I'm at in my life. 4 sons, 6 grandchildren, family that goes beyond life.
Here, speak up a little.
I've been involved in since I've been here the last couple of weeks. The drumming, the music, the singing, the dancing, ceremonies. Much gratitude.
I would like to just kind of pull some energy from my mother. Going through a tough time. My dad died last summer, and she's moving to a new home, experiencing a whole new way of life in her late life. And I want to give her some energy to get through it and be happy again.
I'm thankful for the opportunity to experience life in a way that I never knew existed. And I appreciate you all.
I'm just very grateful to be in the desert for a year or two and reunite with old friends from last year and old dog friends from last year, and also the opportunity to make new friends while I'm down here this winter. Thank you.
Gratitude for being here. Gratitude for new beginnings and remembering those that have passed before us.
I just be thankful that woke up this morning. We're all alive and we're breathing and having a good time and getting to know new people and different people and getting everybody together to spend time together.
I'm grateful to be here with all of you when my family's 2,000 miles away.
I'm very humbled to be living this life and meeting each and every one of you, plus so many other souls that I've met along this journey. I feel like even though I'm blessed with a great family that I was born to, I've found a much greater family in this world.
I'm grateful that we're here doing this together. I believe that when people come together in a single mindset and join their energy in a positive and loving way, that it raises all of humanity. I'm very happy to be a part of this.
I'm grateful for my family on this Christmas Eve. They may not understand my lifestyle choices and think I'm a little crazy, but I'm so grateful for being here with like-minded people who don't think I'm crazy.
I'd like to send special healing energy to my sister, and I'm grateful for my family here, and I've been making my family on the road as I've been traveling, so thank you for each and every one of you coming here and sharing this holiday season with me.
Great to be back in the desert. I told some of you I would spend most of 23 in Ukraine. I was volunteering there. I look at in the 70s I lived in Africa for 4 years. So I kind of look at the bookmarks of my life, motorcycle safaris in Africa. I set up a 3D print farm in Ukraine. And it's just amazing what we can do and what we can do together, and to be out here with everybody like this is be around the fire again in the desert with all you people is just great. Closing of this specific ceremony. So everything we do is a ceremony, and we have to not get caught up in our stuff so much, and be accepting of the challenges that are thrown our way. So my prayer as I separate the pipe is that this ceremony is an opening for all of us to find a simpler place to express our continual gratitude for the walking miracles that we are. Oh.
Thank you, Barry.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
That was wonderful.